What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. So Brian Norman Jr. is coming off a spectacular 10th round knockout over Giovanni Santilan in a fight where Giovanni Santilan, in my opinion, didn't have no game plan. He just thought he could go in there and bully Brian Norman because he believed Brian Norman Jr. was inexperienced at that type of level. He's been in there with a guy like Alexa Rocha, and he stopped him. Alexa Rocha been in there with a guy like Rashidi Ellis. So he thought this kid who hasn't fought no names yet wasn't going to be able to defeat him, but he found out the hard way when he got in there with Brian Norman Jr. He tried to walk him down. Didn't really have a jab. Like he'll throw like a paw and jab and just start ripping hooks to the body. You pretty much giving away your game plan. That was like the perfect fight on how to lose. Like if there was a game plan on how to lose, that's exactly what Giovanni Santilan did. It's like somebody put money on him. Well, somebody put money on him to lose, like one of his family members, because I thought this was going to be a very competitive fight, and it was going to see the last round, the 12th round, and I didn't expect Giovanni Santilan to come out guns blazing like that. That was the worst way to start a fight. I was so confused. I was blown away. I'm like, yo, did Giovanni Santilan have a family member put money on him to lose and get knocked out? Because this is exactly how he's fighting. He wants to get knocked out. But anyway, I'm not breaking down the fight or talking about the fight too much. The point of the video is to talk about the fact that after the fight, Brian Norman Jr., he credits Terence Crawford. He says Terence Crawford is the reason why he was able to go in there and perform that well against Giovanni Santilan. Yeah, I haven't fought the big names. Yeah, I haven't fought the top competition yet, but I've been in the ring with pound for pound the best fighter in the world, and I held my own. He said it was good work. I held my own against pound for pound the best fighter in the world, Terence Crawford. We all know there was rumors that Brian Norman Jr., he caught Terence Crawford with a good shot, but it's sparring. We all know, if you guys don't know, Terence Crawford is a guy who don't have one sparring partner. He spars like 7-8 people at one time. So he has to deal with all types of styles. And Brian Norman Jr., first round or second round, he was hot. And I heard he caught Terence Crawford with a nice little shot. But, I mean, it's sparring, you know? If it's a fight, if it's a real fight, I mean, it's sparring. Like I said, it's sparring. He caught Bud with a good shot. That's cool and all. But if it was a real fight, I'm pretty sure Bud would have not got caught with that shot. And plus, like I said, he spars like 7-8 people at a time. Well, not at the same time, at a time, meaning like I spar this dude, other dude come in, and he just rotating. After 4 rounds, another dude rotate. I do that too at my gym. So anyway, Brian Norman Jr., he was fresh. He jumped in after somebody else. He caught Terence Crawford with a nice little shot early on in the spar. You know, maybe Terence Crawford, you know, he felt it or whatever. I mean, it's sparring. Everybody gets hurt. You can't win every sparring session. I'm not saying Terence Crawford lost the sparring session. I'm saying maybe Brian Norman Jr. did catch him with a nice shot. I don't know. That's the rumor. I wasn't there. But anyway, moving forward, Brian Norman Jr. shows heart, shows resilience, shows patience. At the young age of 23 years old, he's already a world champion, in my opinion. Because, like, Terence Crawford, he has a fight coming up against Israel Madrimov. So he most likely is going to vacate the WBO belt. And the rest of the belts are going to be up for grabs. We know Duran Boots Ennis has one of them. the IBF. The only reason he has that because he put a petition in for Earl Spence, and that was actually before Terence Crawford fought Spence. So he put a petition in where the IBF said Earl Spence had 120 days to fight Boots. But a lot of people don't talk about that. They only talk about the fact that Terence Crawford and Boots didn't fight because Terence Crawford was locked in a contract, and the IBF stripped Terence Crawford of the belt, with winning the belt in like 2 months, which the IBF is about to do to the heavyweight champion of the world. And they better do it. They better keep that same energy, because like, how you going to script the best fighter pound for pound, Terence Crawford, in the world? You can't script Alexander Usyk. So in my opinion, keep that same energy. Make sure they take Usyk IBF belt like they took Terence Crawford IBF belt. In fact, they said they taking Usyk belt in 2 weeks. At least Terence Crawford had the belt for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's boxing, y'all. How the man just fight and y'all expect the man to defend the belt in 2 weeks? How the man just fought and y'all expected a man to defend the belt in 2 months? Like, the IBF rules are really weird. They need to make some adjustments to their rules because it's ruining the sport of boxing. And they don't care. It's a money grab thing. You know, it's a money grab thing. You know, they think it's great business. It's not. It's bad business, because you're taking the belts from guys that's going to bring you way more business, pay you way more sanctioning fees, and you're taking the belt from those guys. It don't make sense. But anyway, like I said before, Brian Norman Jr. said Terence Crawford is the reason why he was able to go in there and do what he did to Giovanni Santilan, because he had so much confidence. If I can hold my own against pound for pound the best fighter in the world, a guy like Giovanni Santilan, he has absolutely nothing for me. And he showed that. I recently seen an interview from Shakur Stevenson, guys. And in this interview with Shakur Stevenson said, man, I love to spar tough fighters, or fighters that are better than me or as good as me. I don't want to fight no scrub, because it's not going to help my maturity, my growth. He said the best fighter I like to fight is the number one fighter in the world, and that's Terence Crawford. I like to spar him. Shakur, I like to spar him because if I could do really well against him, then I know there's nobody in the world that can mess with me. Because if I have this level of spar and I get in there with somebody else, now I know how good I am. I know how I'm above the competition. These dudes won't be able to tie my shoes, because if I can hang with the best fighter pound for pound in the world, then what haven't I seen? Do you understand what I'm saying? Hey, yo, that's how I used to feel too, because I remember myself being in the gym, West Philadelphia, James Schuler's boxing gym, where I spar almost everybody. You know, and the fact that I was willing to get in the ring with almost everybody, whether they were pro or amateur, the fact that I was willing to get in the ring with almost everybody at James Schuler's boxing gym down the bottom, West Philadelphia, it helped me, because I got in the ring with those guys when I was very inexperienced in the sport. I was very inexperienced in the sport, and I was willing to get in there. Yeah, I got my ass whooped, but that made me a better fighter. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I got my ass whooped, but that made me a better fighter. That made me gain a new type of confidence. That made me gain a new type of confidence. Like, man, if I could go in here and hold my own with these dudes, even though I don't know how to parry really well yet, I don't know how to parry, I don't know how to slip punches, I don't know how to roll under punches. My step-off game wasn't all that. I wasn't really using lateral movement. I wasn't really shuffling well. I wasn't cutting off the ring well. My ring generalship wasn't there. I was just trying to land punches until I learned that boxing is 90% mental. Your IQ has to be there for you to do some of the things you want to do in there. You can't just go in there and throwing punches. That's when I got better as a fighter. So, shout out to Brian Norman Jr. for giving Terence Crawford credit, because it definitely did make him a better fighter.